Hi, it's Bob, and I'd like to start my YouTube video today. So here we go. I'm going to demonstrate a 350 GT engine here for you today. This engine was in pretty poor condition. It had been outside in freezing weather and seized, block cracked, you name it, and now it's back actually better than ever. So I'm just pointing out that you can bring an engine back to life even though it looks like it's going to be impossible. So that's kind of the format that I'd like to do for some YouTube videos, and just show you what it takes to keep these dream cars on the road. And that's what I'd like to do, keep them on the road, not in a museum, not a trailer queen, but actually get in them and enjoy them like it was 1965 with this car. So we've got the engine going. We're going to be working on the rest of the car, but I'm going to show you the engine today. So it's brought back to life, and let's see if it has some life. Just to let everyone know, it's been warmed up, so I'm not doing anything that's a cold motor or oil, okay? Terrific. Okay, well, let's take a closer look at this early Lamborghini engine. Yes, the test stand seems a bit elaborate, but it kind of started out that we first had the engine at a display at a dinner, and I replicated the factory stand, that black disc and the silver cone shape. That was to display it as they did in 1963 and 4. So I did that, but then it was, hey, let's put it on an engine stand and run it for Jay Leno. And I said, well, shoot, we need some extra braces. So anyway, this is what we came up with on it. I hope you enjoyed hearing it, and let's get to it, okay? So I'll just show you, this is the car that this engine goes into. First series 350 GT, then they had a 400 GT, and then a 400 2+2, and so on as the story goes. But this car, being the first car that they produced, it was just fantastic straight away. It was just unbelievable that Ferruccio hired the smartest people. When he went to these colleges, he asked, who's the smartest? And then he would locate these young people in their 20s, hire them, and they just created a fantastic car. All right, so let's get with it. He wanted to have an engine that produced more power, more everything than Ferrari, and Bizzarini came through for him. So this is kind of a typical to have the two distributors, and then the Lusso was a 3-liter. This is 3.5. Lusso was single overhead cam. This is double overhead cam. Lusso had 3 carburetors. This has 6 carburetors. So you kind of get with it that he was kind of like a really going out to really produce a fantastic engine. And this engine was for a street motor. This is not for racing. It had racing pedigree with Bizzarini producing this engine, but he wanted to detune it, make it a nice, quiet street engine. Of course, it's not quiet tonight. I just have it running straight through, but the actual car was a very quiet car, smooth riding, excellent handling. It had independent front and rear suspension. Lusso had a solid axle, and I can go on, but essentially this drove beautifully, and the Ferrari had great looks, but under the skin there was no comparison. Am I a bit maybe I'm coming across a little too biased here? I'm just enamored by the whole thing, that 20-year-olds produce such a fabulous car, and that's what hooked me. And I hope that you'll enjoy this YouTube site that I'm putting together, and I'll be showing you the things that I do to keep these cars on the road. If we don't have parts, we make parts. All those things that go into keeping these cars on the road to enjoy, not just put them in a museum. We want to drive these to enjoy. That's the whole feeling that you have with these. It's just so wonderful. Now, just to show, I put an aluminum slug up here, and that just shows you how well balanced this engine is. This is completely solid mounted. There's no motor mounts to be seen on this stand, and I could put it up here. She doesn't vibrate off or anything. Okay, I guess I had to be biased. I love these engines, and I hope that you'll want to know more about them yourselves. Bye bye now.